Still got 3 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, before we're scheduled to go live. I said the other night at 7 o'clock, so we got actually 2 minutes. Doing my homework for this episode and for tomorrow morning, the early and later broadcast. This is the Second Amendment primer from the NRA's Heritage Library. I've had this thing several years. Hello, Cody, the Gulf War Airsofter. How you doing this evening? Glad to see you joining us. Virginia will be on the docket tonight, and we were just going to touch on it really because I haven't had the time really with work and so forth to do a whole lot of research other than to say that what is going on in Virginia is the exact reason for the Second Amendment. Jehodek Makabus, I don't know how you pronounce that. I apologize. Off grid and everyday survival. Good evening, brother. Good evening to you, sir. I apologize for me butchering your name. I am a try. But right at 7 o'clock, I'm going to start reading a couple of things out of this. And, but yeah, what is going on in Virginia and other places, what the Democrat Party and others are trying to do is the exact reason for the Second Amendment. And we had a comment the other day, could be the second shot heard around the world. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. But if it does, I hate it for them. Cody, the Gulf War Airsoft are pretty good. How about yourself? I had actually a really good Friday. Man, that was 2013 when I got the ticket. And after that, I did the handyman for about 8 months. And then after that, I went to security work. After that, I went to work at the carpet factory and would have stayed there until they laid me off twice in a row. And then I went and reactivated my CDLs, had to go to a training company because I'd been off the road over 3 years. And from there, I went to work for TMC and went through their training process, got on the road, worked for them a little over a year and a half. They ran me mad. That's where most of this gray came from. And then I went on to hauling chicken feed with a bulk tanker, did that over a year. And now I'm hauling fuel and I love this job. 45 hours this week. That's it. Most of my other jobs, it's over 60 or 70. It's all good. Laugh out loud. Just call me Maccabee. Is that correct? Brad, my brother, Brad All-American. Hi, big brother. Hello, Brad. Glad to see you tuning in. I know you probably can't stay long, which I don't know how your holiday schedule is. It may be a little different, but hello, everyone. And y'all see Pumpkin back here over my head. Where if I sit down, I'm at home, he's going to be up behind in. Okay. Sound like a choppy drive cycle. At least you got work now. That's good that you enjoy your work. Yeah. The handyman thing, it petered out. So I had to do something. So I got the security job and it didn't pay crap. I wound up as a site supervisor making $9.25 an hour. I got a job opportunity that came up at the carpet mill making $5 more an hour. And then, of course, when they laid me off, I had to do something. Unemployment equals poverty, folks. Even if, the unemployment check you would receive, literally, it means poverty. So, no, that ain't my idea. Okay, Maccabee. That'll work. But anywho, the subject of tonight's brawl will be simply this, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on in Virginia where the governor is going to arbitrarily, or the governor and the state house are going to arbitrarily outlaw an entire class of firearms, which I understand here in Georgia, some Democrats have introduced a bill to outlaw all semi-automatic rifles. That would mean your 10/22 right up through to your M14 14, your AR-15, Barrett 50, any semi-automatic gas-operated shotgun. I think they said long arm more than rifle, but I may be mistaken on that. So this is a virus, a cancer that is trying to go all the way around the country. We've already seen the registration up in, was it Connecticut or Massachusetts here a couple of years ago? It's ridiculous. Now, like a huge violation. Yes, it is. Absolutely. But they're trying to do an end run around it. And what is happening, and you guys need to check out Guns and Gadgets channel. He keeps up with all the latest Second Amendment news. But he said that the cities and counties are voting to become, what do you call it? Sanctuary cities and communities and counties, so that they would not enforce the state laws if they were written and enacted into law that would ban firearms classes, entire classes like that. So he's now, then he threatened to send in the National Guard. Just a lot going on up there. And then one county voted to not only become a sanctuary county, but also to become have a county militia to protect the county and its citizens against this governor and his idiot Democrat followers. Tilt that down a little bit. Maybe that'll help with the lighting. Massachusetts. Yeah, I see that, Cody. But anyway, this is not new in American history. It's just new in this era. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. For every victory we have, they turn around and try to counter it with some of their own bull crap. Exactly. And I made a video on this about having parity. The entire purpose of the Second Amendment, it has nothing to do with hunting. It has absolutely nothing to do with sporting events or any of that other crap. The entire purpose of the Second Amendment is to give the citizenry the common firearms that the military have for two reasons. Number one, so that we have equality in firearms to defend against military and small arms. We have the same. So what? It's not fully automatic. You're still using the same type of ammunition. The weapon systems are nearly identical, and that falls into the second reason, which is a common defense of the United States, whether you're a civilian and or a active military, against a foreign invader. We'd have the commonality in ammunition, commonality in training, parts, so forth. That's the whole reason behind CMP, Civilian Marksmanship Program. But then the 64 happened. President Kennedy was assassinated, and they enacted all those laws, and now you can't get a fully automatic weapon. Of course, in 1986, or somewhere in the 80s, that they basically outlawed all machine guns. But under NFA, there are some of them that can be transferred. Someone told me last weekend that I ought to get a BAR, Browning automatic rifle. They still out there. There are still many of them out there that are fully automatic, and they are in civilian hands. When you go through the NFA background check and pay the stamp and all that. But the problem is a lot of them are no longer transferable. They can't be transferred to another individual. But if you were able to do so legally, it's about $25,000, $35,000. But yeah, I did several different videos during Obama's administration, arguing the point that you have to have parity and commonality in the small arms so that the skill sets transfer from civilian to military in the time of war. Who is our biggest adversary on the international stage? China. China has over 1 billion people. Think about that for a bit. You would need every man and woman and young person in the United States armed and understanding how to use weapons to thwart an invasion by them if you couldn't destroy them at sea or in the air, right? Okay. Well, that's a lot. Cody, what were you referring to in "Wow, that's a lot"? And while you're typing that, um, let me read a paragraph here, and then we'll elaborate on a little bit. This is from the book, as I already stated, the Second Amendment Primer. I got this through the NRA. Used to donate a lot of money to them and so forth, and get videos as well as books. But in the decade leading up to the American Revolution, wrote Michael Stevens, a hostile press certainly created unrest and helped dissolve whatever union of opinion had existed between British officials and their American subjects. But the true power of the pre revolutionary press is not to be found in its ability to wound the British. The true power of this press was its ability to enfranchise and unify the Americans. It helped the inhabitants of the colonies imagine themselves Americans. The modern press is doing the exact damn opposite. Okay, let me check this. The money part. Messages are delayed in live stream. Yeah. Yeah, I saw someone, I think it was Guns and Gadgets, comment after comment or comment was edited for your safety. In other words, they limited what you were going to say, be able to say. Now, some of that may be good. Maybe they some douchebag threatening and or saying really awful things or whatever the case may be. You know, and I meant to leave this off and say this is basically a PG-17 kind of deal. I did put in the when you're setting up the live stream, gives you the option: is this for children or not for children? I of course put that, but if a young person were to get on here, this is adult content as far as the subject matter. So I'm just going to lay that out there to you guys, as most of my videos are. But you see what's going on with the press. Talking about the Virginia deal, right up the street in freaking Washington, D.C., you've had this freaking goat rope going on with the impeachment hearings and all. We all knew it was going to pass Congress. We didn't knew it. I mean, it was a foregone conclusion. But even having said that, 3 Democrats defected and voted against the impeachment. Or, as one presidential candidate did, she voted present, neither for nor against. She's one of those fence sitters, as the Uncle Fester 13 commonly tells us. They won't make up their mind which side of an argument they're on. They want to be either neutral or just they can't make up their mind whether they're going to be a left or the right. So she was a fence sitter. She who wants a president like that? Okay. Whatever you believe in, you need to believe in it strongly enough to be able to take any kind of damn pounding you may get if you're going to run for president. I mean, seriously. But this impeachment deal, it was a joke to start with. Is basically a soft coup from the very beginning. The same with the Mueller report. I mean, he was found not guilty of colluding with the Russians and so forth. Instantly, they went from there right on over to talking about impeachment, and then some dipshit comes forward and says something about him trying to investigate Biden. Let me ask you, why isn't Congress doing that? He was misusing his power in the office to blackmail the president of that country or whoever it was at that time he was speaking to, and it's on video. Yeah, they barely reporting on it except for Fox News. I mean, that is an abuse of power. Let's see. What do you think is going to happen through the Senate, considering it's Republican control? I think it's going to be a whitewash affair. I don't think they're. He's talking about not allowing any more witnesses to come in. They're going to vote right down the party line, and it's going to go from there. Now, I may be wrong. I'm quite sure there's quite a few Republicans that really hate Trump, but also you've seen the political suicide of people who didn't support him right down the line. in the last couple of election cycles. I mean, if he went and supported somebody, generally they won. Now, on a few occasions, yeah, they did not. But I think, Mitch McConnell's been there so long. He is a freaking survivor. During the last election cycle where he was up for re-election, I argued strongly that the people of Kentucky, of his district, should find someone else, because nothing's going to change. You keep voting for the same damn people over and over. They stay in power 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years until they die. You keep getting the same kind of crap. I would agree Biden and his son are a joke. Millions of dollars to his son on not knowing nothing about energy. Ain't that the damn truth? I mean, we would all like to get a cushy job like that in a way. But I mean, it's right there on video. They play it over and over and over on Fox. The man is guilty as hell of trying to blackmail a foreign leader, and him not even being the president at the time. And they always talk about how Giuliani got over there. Well, while Mueller was investigating, being he was the personal attorney of the president, of Donald J. Trump, it's his job to find out wherever he has to go to find the evidence to prove that his client is not guilty, right? Okay, and as soon as the Mueller investigation was over, we get a 2-week hiatus, and bam, the next damn thing you know, we've been pounding away at this impeachment crap. Hell, they were talking about impeaching him when he was sworn in. Yeah, this is a coup d'etat is all there is to it. I do listen to Rush Limbaugh when I get the opportunity, but here in the last couple of weeks, we had a guy that had a disagreement with management. He quit. And so when I'm not running fuel, I'm running packaging. So I'm 10, 20, 30 places in a day, which I don't think I've ever had 30, but I know I had right at 15 or 20 stops. And so you're, punching in the next address on your GPS, and you run there and you try to find where the hell the dang supply room is or whatever. And okay, down here we're covered up in carpet mills, Shaw and Mohawk and all these other smaller engineered floors. And from plant to plant to plant to plant, it could be in this building, that building. So you've got to find someone. So I haven't been able to see Rush or listen to Rush very much. Loving me some outdoors. Hello, sir. I've seen your comments before. Do you listen to Rush Limbaugh or Michael Savage on AM radio while trucking? I was just saying, I was thinking, I thought that was another one, but yeah. I like to listen to both of them when I can, but I haven't been able to here lately. And what I should do is get on the internet right here and tune in to the after show, and a re-airing of the same show or whatever. But those are two smart guys. That Michael Savage, his last name, yeah. If he gets you in his crosshairs, buddy, you're a Democrat or whatever, he'll just eat you alive. The hypocrites and here's the deal. I know I call the politicians the lying class. They all lie their butts off. Okay. All of them to one degree or another. So I know there's scumbags on the Republican side. We got the rhinos. Okay. But what the Democrats are doing is so hypocritical. It is not even funny how bad off they are. Because, these people they never, ever, ever ask critical questions of Obama. Never. They're not asking critical questions of Biden. Now, the other Democratic candidates were asking some critical questions. But this is an exact replay of the 2016 election in this one thing here. They think he's a shoe-in. Okay, him or Bernie Sanders or maybe Pocahontas, Miss Warren. They think it's a freaking shoe-in. Yeah, I love Savage too. That dude is, his last name, he's accurate. They all lie, you are right. The funniest things are Democrats are wanting socialism while being millionaires themselves. You hear what old Bernie said about when he wrote his book and he got millions of dollars for that damn book? Well, you ought to write a book yourself. Wait a minute, you're going to take all my damn money, you bastard. Keep it for yourself or redistribute it out. Well, what about your money? Why don't you freely go ahead and give it? See, I saw something how Democrats and liberals are turning to socialism rather than the party's original beliefs, which I believe absolutely. I agree with you, Cody, 100%. Socialism is man's attempt at utopia. Okay, the Garden of Eden. It cannot work because you have people like that governor in Virginia. You'll do what you're told, or else I'll send in the National Guard. That's the way it always is. That is the way it always is. Look at communism, which is the socialism in Russia. All the head honchos and leaders had on their what they call dashas, which are like vacation homes out on some fancy lake. They had drivers, they had cars. And what did the regular people have? Mass transit, lines waiting to get food. Get the hell out of here. It doesn't work. Venezuela, prime example. Now, I understand the guy that's trying to take over for the president, boot him to the car. He's as big a socialist as that other guy. I think that's the reason we haven't stepped in and stomped their ass. Okay, Chad J79, hello, how to do? Mac Daddy, hello, brother, hello. I thought communism was the socialism of on the right wing side. No, I don't think so. Communism, think of it like Robin Hood. You're going to take from the rich and give it to the poor, right? And that'll make the world go round. Well, there's only one problem. You run out of other people's money to give. There are always going to be greedy people. There's always going to be evil in the world. There are always going to be tyrants and so forth. Communism never works. It never works. I mean, as flawed as our system is, as flawed as the British system is, and the French and the Germans and so forth, as flawed as they are, and we are all flawed, they work for the most part. The majority of the people, they work. Not you always, the Bible says you will always have the poor. Jesus said that. He said, you will always have the poor, you will not always have me. Because that girl was washing his feet with that very expensive perfume. And they like, well, we could have sold that and gave the profits, bought food for the homeless and the starving and all that. Well, you're always going to have the poor. I'm afraid if Democrats get back in office, since under Trump, the economy is booming, jobs are booming, lowest unemployment rate, I hope he wins again. Absolutely. Bernie Sanders last week or this week said sometime, well, we're just going to have to say it. Well, taxes will go up. Okay. Let me see. Okay. All right, Cody. Let's see. Let me smell those. Communism works if you take away guns and the people have no other choice. It predicted for President Trump will win. I think he's going to win. Unless he does something. I mean, y'all know I don't love the guy. But I do got a lot of respect for him for a lot of stuff that he has been able to accomplish. Some things he's done screwed up on. The bump stock ban shouldn't have never happened. That sets a precedent that the next president, and that's the thing, it's like I told the Democrats before Trump ran and was elected. My buddy Stan, his wife was a hardcore Democrat, and she passed away, and God bless her soul. She was a great lady, but she thought that the sun rose and set in Obama's butt crack. She was a hardcore Democrat, and I asked her, I said, Miss, because she was talking about banning guns and all this, I said, let me ask you this thing. What if the next president is a Republican? What if he goes crazy, extreme right wing, and decides that everybody who voted against him, everybody who loved Obama needs to go to a concentration camp? What are you going to do about it? Write a bad review on Facebook or Twitter? Tyrants come in all shapes and sizes. They may identify this way or identify that way, just like Obama did on gay marriage and all. And the next damn thing you know, we got rainbow colored White House. The rainbow has nothing to do with that institution. Let's put it to you that way. And I'm not talking about the White House. Let me see some of these comments. Let's see. Loving me some outdoors. Of course, tax the working class have to pay for the lazy people who go to work and pay rent if they government will do it for you while you're watching Oprah and eating bonbons. Exactly. Exactly. You know, did you guys know that they had an experiment like that in Charlestown? I want to say it was the first year they were there. It was a community. And we'll go into this later on. Probably tomorrow morning we'll go more into the history about it. But and I was reading about this the other day, and my darn brain just quit on me. But everyone worked. Everyone put all of their produce and everything into a community. Let's call it a community center. I don't remember how it was correctly worded. And so you only took what you needed, but you put in your fair share. It didn't work. They almost starved, slapped to death because you're going to have people who work hard and people who don't, just like we have nowadays. And basically, in the end, it came down to this: either you work or you don't eat. And what the Democrats are trying to do is like, well, we'll give you all this free crap. It's not free. You're having to steal it from somebody to give it to them. See. Okay, Cody. In my opinion, not to offend people, but I believe Pride Month is overkill. Consider we only have one day for vets. Sorry for late reply to the topic. No. That's cool, man. I'm trying to keep up with it, reading it as I'm doing it. But yeah, absolutely. You know, that's the thing about, you know, I don't know if you guys ever watched Bill O'Reilly while he was still on before they got him off the air. He said when he never let on who he was going to vote for. He just interviewed whoever he could get an interview with. But he said he tried to vote for the person that he thought would do the least amount of damage. That's my philosophy also. But I also have a certain criteria. They got to be pro-life, pro-gun, pro-American, pro-working class. And unfortunately, sometimes you might get two of them or three of them, but you're not going to get everything you want in any one candidate. Do you think there will be a civil war in the U.S.? Do you save anything for prepping if some distaste did happen or disaster? Yeah. Loving me some outdoors. We were trying, and then we got sidetracked, and we're getting back on. But that's all I'm gonna say on that matter. Do I think there's a possibility that there will be a civil war? Virginia is a test case. It looks to me like they're going to be locking horns, unfortunately. Ladies and gentlemen, I know sometimes history is a dull, boring subject, but if you sit down and read some historical novels along with your history, so you know whether it's correct or not, you can see it. Read the letters of people from that period of time. What is happening in Virginia is identical to what the Crown did, and the governors the Crown's governors. Because in original colonial America, the governors served the king, not the people, but the king. Now this governor is saying, no, we're going to go around the Constitution. We're telling you we're going to just flat out going to ban these weapons. There's nothing you can do about it. And so I might better turn it. Kim probably don't want on the camera. Do you? But instead of serving the people, serving the Constitution, they're serving them themselves in their own damn party. And that's exactly what they've done with the impeachment. That's what they did after the Mueller report leading up to it. They guarantee you he was guilty as hell. And then Mueller report came out. If he had a simply left it alone with the Mueller deal, they wouldn't have had any rocks or arrows to throw at it. But he is a bombastic kind of guy like me. I'm like, screw you guys, I'll fight back. History is the coolest. Totally not saying that because of my username. Yep. So why again was President Trump impeached? It's just political theater. It's a freaking goat roping up there. What they're trying to do is say is he is interfering with the another candidate who is up for election to see if he can beat him, which is Biden, of course. The thing is they haven't said one damn thing about his misuse of power that he is on video bragging about. Okay, you either fire this prosecutor. Now we're talking about Biden. You either fire this prosecutor who's investigating my son, or we will not get this damn military hardware. This is misdirection, ladies and gentlemen. Misdirection. Whatever they're accusing us of being guilty of, they are absolutely guilty of it. Why? If we had a decent press, why are they not asking that question? Why are you not holding him to that same, or Biden to the same damn standard you are trying to hold the president to? All he said is he wanted an investigation into the situation. That's all he said. Biden flat out said, you do it or you will, this deal we've got will not go anywhere. Because I got Obama's ear. Basically what he said. Right there on video. They show it every damn day of the week on Hannity, on Fox News. Okay, let me go over here. Okay, did you see New York and New Jersey now allow illegal immigrants driver's license? They're illegal. What the hell do they need to drive legally for? That ain't that bad. Some states are trying to allow them to vote in our American elections, not for local elections, state and federal elections. If you're not an American citizen, you should not have any say-so in our damn federal elections, period. Again, they're accusing us, our side, the conservative side, of doing what they are doing. They are rigging the system against us with people who don't even should not have the right to vote, period. That's California, by the way. But New York and New Jersey, yeah. Okay, let's see. Go for airsoft or what the hell? Why, at least my state hasn't gone that far. Give them a minute. Give them a minute. And here's the deal. It's like here in Georgia right now is Republican controlled for the most part. But it was a very slim election between Governor Kemp and Miss Stacey Abrams. She was very charismatic, very well spoken. Her arguments were really good, and they were so subtle. You could almost believe all that bull crap. Illegal agreements for against voting. Yeah, we're going there. Unfortunately, I hear you, brother. Danny Cheshire, the Democrats are getting away with too much. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. The reason I do these things here is not to make money, though it may make me $1 or $2. Think about it. $125 is what I made in the last quarter, 90 days. So I'm not making any money off of it. But the thing is we got to keep the word going. Maybe I say something that sticks when you are greeted with someone who's on the fence, don't know who to vote for, or are looking at a candidate that is a poison pill. All right. You know the old saying, take it with a grain of salt. Okay, be a skeptic. I'm a skeptic. Okay, y'all see all the ghost programs and all that? I'm a skeptic. Kim wanted to go down to Savannah here a couple of years ago to the big cemetery down there where they shot that movie in the Midnight Garden of Good and Evil that Clint Eastwood directed. Okay, and we went to a haunted hotel, right? And in the little brochure we got, it showed a ghostly orb. Took me that damn long to figure out what it was. The way the lampshade on one of the lights on the ceiling fan was, if you take a black and white, set your camera to black and white and take a photograph, it was identical to the damn black orb. Okay. And then there was this big phenomenon going around on the internet right here showing or supposedly these really loud cracks and bangs and booms were going on all over the world. I watched all those videos. I didn't see any birds take flight. People were walking along like on the balcony of this big hotel. They didn't react. So I'm a skeptic. I want to see the same thing with politics and politicians. I try to be a skeptic. I try to see the truth. Remember when I said here a couple of videos ago, all I want is the truth. I don't give a damn about their slant or their slant. Give me the facts. I can make up my own mind because I'm an adult. But that's the problem with most people. They're too damn lazy. Now let's check there's the comments. Two sides of the same dirty coin, exactly. And then Cody said, "Yep." And then he said, "Ridgeline is the citizens." Now that auto spell might have got you. I'm not sure what you meant. See, guys, I say we ban AK-15 and AR-47 and ghost guns. Damn the dangerous guns. See, loving me some outdoors. I think people get obsessed with Trump's personality. He can be a jackass sometimes, but he's the only president in my lifetime that seems like he's actually fighting for the people, not just the people, but for the freaking our future. If he can get that damn trade deal signed with China, I mean, what he did with Canada and Mexico, that was great. And I cannot wait for it to pass through the Senate and get signed into law by him. But if he can get what he's talking about, the intellectual property, the theft, the damn Chinese been robbing our companies blind and other companies. If he can get that treaty signed and then have it backed up so that you can turn around and sue the crap out of them, we've been needing that since they got into the World Trade Organization, period. The G7, G8, it keeps changing, going up and down like a freaking yo-yo. But those two items, that and the border defense. Did y'all watch his live deal where he was at the border and they were showing the wall at the border? Okay, if you don't have borders, you don't have a country. You cannot just allow everybody who wants to come in. There's got to be a system set up. You got to know who these people are. Okay, I'm not anti-immigrant. I'm anti-illegal immigrant. I work with it when I was telling you guys about all my jobs here earlier. When I worked at that carpet mill, most of the people I worked with were from south of the border, from all these different countries, but they all had a green card, and some of them were considered vital. And the company went to bat to get them, because every so often they got to go home and stay for a while before they can come back. They had to reapply and all that. Well, the company went to bat for them to get them right back up there because they could do their job so well, but they were just great people. I'm not against the people. I'm against having a porous open border where just anybody can roll right in here. It is a miracle we haven't had a massive attack that make 9/11 look like a popcorn fart because of the way how porous the damn borders are and the drugs just flowing. Let's see. I think people get upset. Okay, well, I got that one. Cody, I mean, the two sides are the politicians trying to control us. The ridges are the people they are trying to control. Okay. He's not a pushover like Obama. No, that's got to give him credit. The man got some cojones. Big brass ones. When he walks, they got to go to clanking. I don't like his personality. He's from New York, but I guess that's just who he is. And the way he always brags on himself, that wears me out. But right now, and all the crazy stuff that went on in the White House, him changing staff so damn much, but he still got so much done. I'm more mad at the Republican Party as a whole they bitched the entire time Obama was in office about their health care plan. It got through. It became law. Oh, we're going to repeal and replace it. And then when they had the opportunity on a golden platter, nothing. It was a disgrace. See, my wife is from Bosnia, and I lived and lived through that war as a kid. She's mad about the people coming here illegally, and her family had to apply and wait to come, even being in a war. Yeah, yeah. Um, I know in one of my videos I gave some folks some homework and was talking about Rwanda. Um, and yeah, I remember Bosnia, and I remember Herzegovina, and then Yugoslavia, and all that mess in the '90s. I guess that was the late '90s under Bill Clinton, and it was a freaking mess, man. I think 3 nuclear terrorist attacks from different nations will make 9/11 look small. Oh yeah. Said love me some outdoors Beirut for my family. Yeah, Beirut. That was. I remember when the Marines were killed. I was a young man. I was what was that? 83, 84. Yeah, I remember that. All we had was PBS, CBS, and NBC way back then, and that's when they actually reported news halfway decent. Nowadays, forget about it. Beirut. That was a mess, man. They got killed, and then they just withdrew. And we're still dealing, and it wasn't. Well, it's been a long time. I don't even remember all the details. And Bill bombed Serbia for doing nothing. There's still damaged buildings there. Yeah, I've seen some stuff over there, but oh well. 7:39, man. We have talked a lot about a lot of things. We will be having 2 live broadcasts tomorrow, live chats, whatever, the live stream. One at 7 a.m. for us East Coast and Central guys, and one at 9 for the Central guys and the Mountain guys, and maybe even the West Coast, depending on if anybody gets up early. So tomorrow we'll have 2 live chats, and maybe tonight I can sit down and do a little more studying. I want to get back into the history that we are about to repeat in Virginia, possibly in other parts of the country. But you know, if you do not know your history, you are doomed to repeat it. Look at World War I, World War II. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Okay, love me some outdoors. Good chat, Mac Dad. Thank you. Looks like I'm getting up early. Well, either 8 or 9. Cody, where are you? I mean, not exactly, just like what state or what time zone are you in? You may have told me last week. I don't remember. Have a beer, you deserved it. I actually don't drink. This is my brand of choice, and coffee. And I left my coffee somewhere, and I think Kim is outside, so I can't get her to bring it to me. California, brother, you are behind enemy lines. Last time I went to California was in 02. I got a ticket out there in late 01. I was at San Francisco International Airport, picked up a bunch of the little cameras that you used to attach to the top of your computer and hook into a USB port. The AOL was giving away to people who started, using their service. It was a free giveaway, and it had an entire 53-foot van trailer full of these damn things. I was out of hours. Was at the Korean Airlines cargo portion of the terminal. Told them I was out of hours. This was a month and a half after 9/11. One of the few times I've ever driven a van trailer. And so I left because they threatened to have me arrested if I didn't. Okay, the country was still on pins and needles. And I got down to Fremont because I saw it was a toll bridge to go over the Bay Bridge, the big one, San Francisco, whatever the hell that big bridge is called. And I didn't know if it was you had to pay it to come into the city or pay to go out. And it was 5 o'clock, and I said, screw it, I'll go down and around Fremont. I knew there was a scale there, but the likelihood of getting pulled over with hundreds of trucks going through I figured, small enough. Well, I got hammered. And I see you guys are commenting all like crazy. But anyway, it was $1,250 ticket. I just ain't went back because I ain't paid it. Ohio here, loving me some outdoors. Slow high is what truck drivers used to call it. 55. Oh my God. Cody, I can sneak around the enemies if you want. I did it. I did it a few times, but I just haven't been back around there. Y'all have fun this weekend while I work. Brad, don't even feel lonely. 3:30 comes early. You should have been in bed 15 minutes ago. 7:30 to 3:30, yeah. But be careful going to work tomorrow. See, Cody, my dad was in the hospital during that time. Yeah. Love me some outdoors. See you, Brad. Brad, you got a comment too. See, Golden Gate. That's it. Brain damage on my part. But yeah, that is one of the few times I ever visited San Francisco. But that was the only reload available, and it came right straight back to Chattanooga to AOL here in Chattanooga. If they still exist, I don't even know. Good luck, Brad. He said, don't drive with Swift. Hell no. Oh, the year I paid my Mac off, 2008, not a week after I actually paid the truck off completely. Swift was 2 doors down from me, so there was an empty spot between me and him. Pilot, broad daylight, and the guy just turns left, and his trailer just caught the front right corner of my truck. And if it hadn't have been for because I had the mirror that was on that right fender leaning out just a little bit, and his trailer hit it, and I lay down there because it always looks close, but his tire got my bumper, and it left a little bit of a mark, and it bent that mirror just a touch, but that was it. And I didn't report it because it can happen, but I told the guy, I said, you got to remember that damn 53-foot wagon don't bend in the freaking middle, dude. He bought me lunch, so hey, what the hell? Let's see. Or Taylor. I don't know about Taylor. Howdy, Mac, Mountain Man, 1478. Hello, how to do, man? Ain't heard from you in a while, but that's more my fault than yours. I just haven't I haven't got on the internet a whole lot lately. But you guys all check out Mountain Man 1478. He's got some seriously good. Now, he's like me, long-winded, but he's always got some good subject matter to talk about. See, Cody, I'm getting a shit ton of military gear for my Gulf War loadout for Christmas and prepping. Very good, sir. Chocolate chip camo pattern. Let's see. All American, Mike Daddy 1911, almost at 5K subscribers. Clap, 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 clap. We're working on it. Cody, I can be in the middle. Just got to modify it. Yeah, with a torch. Or doubles. I've never done that either. I've never done doubles, but my dad tried to talk me into going to work for Walmart, and I might should have because their guys make damn good money. It can bend in the middle. Just got to modify it. Cody again, so close to 5. Yep. Mountain Man 1478. I lost your phone number due to a snafu with a new phone. Mac Daddy 1911A1 at gmail.com, everybody. So if you need to, you can email me, leave it in the comments or something. But that's the easiest way to get a hold of me, Mac Daddy 1911A1 at gmail.com. And remember, Mac is MACK, Mac Trucks. I've lost so many numbers just when I switched phones. I thought they could do all. Buddy of mine, matter of fact, the guy that used to work on my trucks when I was owner operator, he's still running as owner operator for the company I worked for, Cardinal Transport. He had to call dispatch up there, and they dug around in my old employment records and found my cell phone number and gave it to him. And he was able to call me just a couple of weeks ago, and I finally was able to get back a hold of him. So yeah, it happens. Triples suck. Yeah, I saw those when I was out in Utah and Idaho, and don't know if I ever saw any in Colorado, but maybe in Colorado. But yeah, I used to love it out west. It's so different from what I grew up and what I know here in Georgia. Where I live at now is 6 hours north of where I grew up at. Where I grew up at, the water's black as smut in the creeks and the rivers. And up here, you can see the rocks and the dirt and all, and under the water, it's so clear and beautiful. Love me some outdoors. Do some semis. Do some semis have toilets in their cans? Um, the ones with the really big sleepers, the really long sleepers, like the custom made double eagles and such as that. But the ones with just the big, your normal 60, 70, 80-inch sleepers, they don't have them. I wish they did, brother, because I've been in a hurt locker. Kim went with me to Connecticut, to Hartford. We delivered a load from a company out of Chattanooga up there. They were building a junkyard, and they'd take a car and stick it in one end, and each component it was made of, from the copper, aluminum, plastic, steel, whatever, would come out in different piles. This machine would break that car up and put it into different piles, and it would all be separated and segregated. And the second or third time she went with me, I came back down through New York City. It was like 2 o'clock. I said, well, surely we can beat the rush hour. A car broke down not a mile from the GW in the far left lane. Took us nearly 5 hours to get from the state line at Connecticut down through back into Jersey on the new, because that one damn broke down car. She ended up having to pee in one of those big plastic cups like that. I had a couple of empty ones in the garbage can. She had to pee in those damn things and set them up so they wouldn't fall over until we got to the Jersey side, and I was able to pull over and her pull them out. But yeah, and my computer just froze. Okay, it's still showing I'm live. So okay, almost an hour. Lord have mercy me in my big mouth. Okay, let me see. That would suck to take a shit each day in a nasty truck stop. They have come a long way from 1996 when I started trucking. The pilots and the TAs and the Flying J's and the bigger truck, the Loves, most of them actually do really good. Now, I have taken a shower where when I got out, I had to put my feet in 1 foot at the time in the damn sink and scrub the hell out of it because the water backed up in it. That was at a TA down on I-75 right before you cross into Florida, Lakeland, either Lakeland or Lake City, Georgia. Exit 2 or something like that. Way down at the very bottom, right before you cross in to Florida. That's the only time that ever happened, but there was some of them that they were dirty. They were not as clean, and that's what I did. I put my feet 1 foot at a time, and I scrubbed the hell out of them because I don't want none of that jungle rot or anything else. Let's see, Cody. One company, I forgot which one, but they cut a large hole in their seats to crap and drive at the same time. Oh, I asked my stepdad who that company was. Also, the drivers are crap. Oh, I wouldn't work for a company like that. I ain't gonna work for a company. See, Mountain Man, Mac, how did you get your live stream up and running? This subject has given me fits. Dude, it is on YouTube studio. I mean, when you go to your home channel, you know, go to your when you log in, go to your face and click on it, your icon, and say my channel. It'll say your channel, and just click on that. It'll take you to your channel, and then in the where the little camera is, and there's a plus button. Click on it, and it'll drop down. You got the option of upload a video and live stream, and one other one. I don't remember what that one is, but that's how I do it. And I've got this computer's only 2 or 3 years old. My brother Brad, All American, bought this thing for me, and it is slow out of memory. It's not even funny. I got to get a new one. But yeah, go to your channel, click on the upload icon. It's like a video. I mean, like a camera icon. Just click on it, and you'll have a drop down menu, and it'll give you that option. Now, the thing is, is your internet access fast enough? Which I think it is, but I'm not sure. And it depends on if your computer will meet the parameters required to run the program. Okay. I can't live either. That's the thing. I don't know. Maybe maybe there's a condition. You may have to go in there and read. Maybe you have to have a certain amount of subscribers. It's like Brad All American. He does the drawing videos. My brother, he does all the drawing videos and so forth, and a truck review and a few other things. He still has not met the minimum threshold to monetize his videos and all that. So I'm not sure. You may have to be monetized before you can go live. I don't remember. This is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you right now, and tomorrow morning they'll change something else, throw another curveball at you, and change everything, and it'll screw everything up. See, everyone go live at the same time. We can overload the system. Yeah, we blow it up. But that's what I would do. I would go into their help. I think it's at the bottom of the page. Click on help and punch in the question, and they can tell you a lot. I mean, that's the thing, and you'll never get anyone on chat to tell you anything as far as from Google or YouTube. They'll have these, the fact page, the frequently asked questions, and that's as much detail as you're going to get about it. See, I got to make a phone call real quick. Do it to it. Help and feedback. Yeah, that's it. You do that, and you can go in there, and sometimes you can type the question in, and if it matches closely what they've already got, the canned messages, the canned answers, it'll do. Because if you're trying to get a hold of an actual person, you can forget about it. Looks like a StreamYard would be my key to going live. Yeah, I've also got Discord on here, but I've never tried it. What I might do tomorrow is open Discord and live chat. I think I can maybe I can log in on Discord on her computer or her laptop, and then do the live stream from this one, and then have both of them going at the same time. But I don't know if I'll be able to do that. For now, we'll just have to stick with live chat on here. But yeah, I'm on Discord also, and off the top of my head, I cannot tell you. It's Mac Daddy something. I'd have to open it up. I will have that information in the morning. So if any of you guys also have downloaded Discord or whatever, or are on it for video games and stuff, I'm on there, but I've never ever used the damn thing. And I just saw this one day, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna try it. And damn, if it didn't work, I couldn't believe it, because I've tried it a dozen times with other applications and all, and a computer would not work, even though this thing's got a terabyte drive and all that. POS. See, Mountain Man 1478. I know what it is now. It's looking like StreamYard being my key to going live. Cool. I just read that, and I didn't realize it was from you, Mountain Man, but good luck. But hey, guys, at 1 hour mark, so I got 2 minutes. I'm going to cut it short tonight, because I have 2 coming up tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, be 6 Central, 5 Mountain, and 4 West. And then at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, I will have another one, so that the Mountain Time fellas and the West Coast Time guys can won't be so freaking early. Because see, guys, I get up early every morning. I had to be at work at 8. And even on the weekends, hell, I usually get up an hour earlier on the weekends than I do the week, because this thing's banging away all the time. It's just hard for me to sleep sometimes. I got something I want to talk about. Something's happening in the world. I want to draw. I want to do, something. That's the only time I know I'm not going to be interrupted by anybody, because Kim doesn't get up until 9, 10, 11, whatever on the weekend. But so in 1 minute, we're going to end the live chat tonight. Thank you. I've had 9 people watching. I know Brad All American has already left. Maybe some other people were on and left, because I haven't kept up with it. I got 7 likes. Thank you guys so much. Tomorrow we will be dealing more with the historical aspects of the Second Amendment. Why it was written and put as the Second Amendment, as well as why the press is failing so badly in modern day and age. I'm not questioning anything but the opposition political party that they don't believe should have any right to even have an opinion. So that's what we'll be discussing, plus anything else you guys want to talk about. within reason. Okay, PG-17. Think about that. No R-rated kind of stuff. And before I get off, Brad, have great productive live streams this weekend. I'm going to sleep. I'm gone now. See you, Brad. Everybody, love you. See you tomorrow. Okay.